Good morning. I hope everyone's chilling today. No cam or anything today, dude. I have the craziest bedhead of my entire life. Like, this is absolutely terrible. But Modern Warfare 4 has been revealed. You know, a lot of content creators were flown out to play the game in LA, and Infinity Ward has shared tons of information on the game, which releases October 28th. I have gone over a bulk of the information that came out since my last video. Not a whole lot of information has came out besides like a few gameplay decisions that I found out. Sketch of how different the HUD looks. And then even today, they put out a picture of how the new HUD looks. And then there's some small information on progression. Apparently, mastery camos are going to have their own mastery camo for each game mode. DMZ mastery camo, that sounds like hell, but that can be its own topic. Everything that I've seen so far has surpassed my expectations tenfold. You know, I've been one of the guys that has doubted Infinity Ward's ability to make good multiplayer for many years now, especially coming off of Modern Warfare 2 2019, which I wasn't too popular in. And for them to release all of this information being transparent about features that the community has voiced issues with since Modern Warfare 2, it's a very nice change of pace. Almost a little too nice. Like, this is kind of fishy, I'm not gonna lie. But not everything is perfect. Even some of the best Call of Duties have a lot of flaws. I have picked up the things that I am not really feeling with Modern Warfare 4. Of course, these are subject to change, and hopefully as a community, if we voice this feedback, we can see actual changes, unlike Modern Warfare 2, where they literally straight up told us, hey, you see your feedback? But no, we're not doing that. And you're wrong, actually. There's many gameplay decisions that have been left over from 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. Even though we still have things like red dots on the minimap, Ninja, Classic Prestige, we still have doors. Doors are still in the game, and tac sprint. Now, tac sprint, for a lot of people, is a lighter topic. People seem to not mind tac sprint, and for me, it's not the end of the world. I just prefer how nicer the flow is in classic Call of Duties and even Black Ops 7 without it. It won't ruin my experience. And Modern Warfare 3, which had a goated multiplayer, had tac sprint in its multiplayer too. So it's not like the end of the world. I can still enjoy the game, but doors. Why doors? Why do we still have doors in a Call of Duty? Like, campaign is fine, DMZ fine, but the multiplayer, like, why? Why are doors there? T-Dog said in one of his videos that doors were toned down compared to Modern Warfare 2 or 2019. He played 4 different maps, and in only one of those maps there was doors. So that's good, but like, out of 12 maps we will have on launch, I bet the ratio versus doors and no doors isn't going to be like 1-4, which is what he played. Who knows what it could be? Like, maybe only that one map has doors, or maybe like, or all of the 8 other maps all have doors. Like, you just don't know. I just think they should just be completely removed. I don't see the point that they have in a Call of Duty game. MW4 had this issue early on in its life cycle, and it was able to adjust it throughout season 1, and it was a more than welcome change. So hopefully with this, you know, new approach that Infinity Ward has, if we voice this feedback of doors, changes over time, hopefully preferably before launch, so we don't have to scream about it all year long. Now, another problem that I saw shortly after my last thing was Ghost works while standing. For some reason, this is something that Infinity Ward just loves to do. I don't know why, and it needs to go. Easily one of the biggest design features that promotes camping in Infinity Ward titles, along with Ghost. I think it was Swag who said there was a perk combination that just allowed you to be completely off the radar. So when he ran a UAV, nobody, like the entire lobby, nobody popped up on the UAV, and that's just a fat problem that absolutely needs to be addressed before launch. This Ghost decision is just like another decision that just like stems from the campiness of Modern Warfare 2 in 2019. I just hope they just gut that. Make Ghost only work while you're moving, so it just doesn't promote you sitting still and camping and just being completely hidden off of the radar. This is definitely going to be one of the bigger features that I look at in terms of like gameplay decisions that are very, very simple to fix. Like, this is very simple to fix. Are you going to be able to fix it? Because when it comes to something like this, it's an ego thing if you don't fix it. Gunsmoke has also been voiced as a big issue for people who have played the game. Now, for me, I haven't seen the extent that this goes to. Anything that hinders your ability to see while firing is just, that's a big no-no for me. Not a fan of any type of visual recoil in any of the titles. And the way that Gunsmoke sounds, it's like a variation of that visual recoil, but on steroids. I think it was Charlie Intel that looked at Modern Warzone, and Modern Warzone was saying on a podcast like, oh yeah, the Gunsmoke isn't that bad. And Charlie Intel came in and was like, no, don't sugarcoat it. That shit was terrible. So for him to say that, I was like, oh, okay, that's not good at all. We'll have to actually wait and see more of this like Gunsmoke and see what they're talking about before I can actually like comment it on. There was like a campaign clip that had some of the Gunsmoke, but you know, that's campaign stuff. How does that actually affect the multiplayer? We'll just have to wait and see until they show off like more standard gameplay. Hopefully in the coming like weeks, we can just get like a 5-minute multiplayer gameplay match, just like unedited. This is just 5 minutes of a multiplayer match. Let's see how that looks. Now, easily one of the biggest concerns is maps. You know, you have all of these things, but maps are like the real drive of any type of multiplayer. What every content creator has said about these maps is just like, hey, they're better than 2019, but like that bar is in hell. Like 2019 maps were terrible. When they're not really been given like huge praise, like, oh my god, these maps are amazing, these maps flow really well, then I'm just concerned. Because you had the same situation in Black Ops 6. People were just being like, yeah, the maps are okay. They turned out to be absolutely terrible. Black Ops 7, at least, like a lot of people were praising the maps outright, and then those maps actually turned out to be really decent. I don't want to jump the gun, but this is probably like the biggest deal in what's going to make this game good or not. Along with all these gameplay decisions, if you have bad maps, like it just makes all the good gameplay decisions that you're doing just not worth it. Maps are absolutely crucial to the experience, and hopefully they're good. But like looking at the maps themselves, I'm really nervous. Like I'm really nervous. Gameplay wise, those are my biggest concerns, but there's also another thing that we'll have to see over time, and that's content. Infinity Ward really has a rough content cycle, especially with Modern Warfare 2, which was honestly a joke for most of its life cycle till like season 5, if I remember correctly. And then you had like the Halloween season. Yeah, that was honestly pretty cool. Modern Warfare 3 and BO7 have created a really high expectation for events, constant rewards, weekly challenges, event camos, very large seasons that have up to like 5 different maps, 6 different guns, and so on. These seasons have gotten really big over the years, especially with BO7 having some of the biggest seasons I think we've ever seen in Call of Duty history. You really got to nail that. Like they have to. Post-launch can ruin a game. BO6 is one of its biggest issues. Was the post-launch support was really abysmal. It felt like they kind of abandoned the game. It felt like there was more microtransactions and natural content. Hopefully Infinity Ward has a range of weekly challenges. Like I hope that at least what's planned, like if they're not going to do weekly challenges, immediately big red flag. I also think I read somewhere that weapon prestige is back, so that's a really nice touch. I don't think they're going to do prestige camos or anything, and to be honest, with a gritty Call of Duty, you can't really do prestige camos because what are you going to do? Like 500 variations of the same different gray boring camo? Also, this is just out there, this is a personal thing, mastery camo. I have a huge worry that the mastery camo is going to look like dog shit because of how much of a 2019 approach they're taking this and trying to make it as realistic as possible. I do have the worry that it's just going to be really boring, like Damascus. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to have like an entire galaxy shit all over your gun. Just do something that's nice and shows off the work, and it's like, oh, you can see that. Damascus would have been cool as like a diamond type of camo, but as like the main mastery camo. Overall, it's nice to look at this Call of Duty and feel that feedback could matter with the approach that they're taking this year. If this was like a Modern Warfare 2 situation, and I saw a tweet that red dots weren't going to be on the minimap, I'd probably be recording like a GTA trailer 3 schizo video. So I have expectations for this Call of Duty and hope to see the best. I'm still very optimistic. You know, we could easily get rug pulled and surprise, skill-based matchmaking gets added as a day 1 patch, but hopefully nothing happens like that. You never know. You really never know.